TMC headline, production has wrapped on Avalon, director Barry Levinson's latest treat cooked up for TriStar. The comedy drama centers on 5 immigrant brothers who make their way in America. Like many of Levinson's films, this one was also shot in his native Baltimore.
Most people walking along Broadway in downtown Los Angeles are on their way to somewhere else. Not Hillsman Wright. For him, today's Broadway is a street of hidden treasures. Hidden treasures that take Hillsman Wright back to another time. In the 1920s and 30s, Broadway was the West Coast theater district and the place where many major films premiered.
We have to remember the period here was a depression, and nobody had much money, and the only escape and enjoyment they ever really had was coming to the movie house or to see a live show, where for a quarter they could forget their cares and they would have surroundings that were comparable to what the King of Persia had.
But since the 1940s, Broadway has fallen on hard times. People began going to theaters in the suburbs, ignoring downtown, ignoring the once great palaces. Now several theaters may be sold to developers and demolished. Hillsman Wright says in other parts of the country, preserving landmark theaters is a part of basic city planning, but not in the movie capital.
And in the absence of that planning, our group, the Historic Theater Foundation, came into being. And basically, we're determined to keep this issue in front of the public.
Now, since the beginning, the Los Angeles Historic Theater Foundation has operated on no budget, relying entirely on the efforts of volunteers. Not anymore. It's only fitting that on this night, the LAHTF receives a major corporate grant here at the site of another major refurbishment, the LA St. James's Club.
We have people preserving movie theaters. I'm preserving movie songs that have been heard for a long time. Isn't it romantic?
It was the night Hillsman Wright had been waiting for. Certainly the large check made him happy, but more than that, he was grateful the entertainment community showed up to support the theaters on Broadway.
The history that's housed there is phenomenal. To think that they would not be preserved, it would be criminal.
I love empty churches. I can feel all the prayers that have ever been said there. And an empty theater's like that, too.
Today there's some encouraging news from downtown. Thanks in part to lobbying by the LAHTF, the Mayan Theater will be preserved as it was in its glory days. It's becoming a nightclub, but the intricate original design remains intact. And the United Artists Theater, built in 1927 in the Spanish Gothic style per the request of Mary Pickford, this great theater was recently bought by a ministry for weekend services. During the week, the church will allow live performances and films. Hillsman Wright thinks audiences will come.
The exhibitors are beginning to realize that the theater does make a difference. And we think that it's a very hopeful sign for these theaters on Broadway.
There are frescoes on the walls of the United Artists Theater, frescoes which capture the early history of film and its first big stars. Hillsman Wright feels relief this grand piece of history will endure, at least for now. Yet there's more to it than that.
I guess the other feeling is a little sadness, realizing that theaters like this will probably never be built again.
Reporting in Hollywood for the Movie Channel, I'm Peter Jones.
She was born in a thunderstorm in Lowell, Massachusetts, this wide-eyed daughter of a humorless New England patent attorney and his amateur photographer wife. Ruth Elizabeth Davis was sent to boarding school when her parents divorced, and it was there that the precocious 7-year-old learned the power of performance. Pretending to have been blinded in a fire, she saw the effect it had on her friends and teachers and knew she was destined to be an actress. 13 years later, New York Times theater critic Brooks Atkinson saw her on the Broadway stage and called her an entrancing creature who plays in a soft, unassertive style.
You won't have none of me, but you'll sit here all night looking at your naked females.
Mildred.
You cad! You dirty swine!
Obviously, he and the world had yet to see the real Bette Davis. Universal's talent scout said she wasn't sexy enough to be a star, but signed her anyway. Publicity wanted to rename her Bettina Dawes, and she was known around the lot as the Little Brown Wren. After small parts in long-forgotten movies, the chance to star opposite Leslie Howard in Somerset Moms of Human Bondage looked like a last chance. All of the bitterness she felt at that discouraging time in her life poured into her work. Life magazine called it probably the best performance ever recorded on the screen by a U.S. actress.
I never cared for you, not once. I was always making a fool of you. You bored me stiff. I hated you. It made me sick when I had to let you kiss me. I only did it because you begged me. You hounded me. You drove me crazy. And after you kissed me, I always used to wipe my mouth.